Hello everyone, welcome to LBS IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss economics MCQs based on previous year UPSC questions. So let's start our session. Our first question is, with reference to casual workers employed in India, consider the following statements. Statement number 1, all casual workers are entitled for Employees Provident Fund coverage. That is incorrect. Statement number 2, all casual workers are entitled for regular working hours and overtime payment. That is correct. Statement number 3, government can by a notification specify that an establishment or industry shall pay wages only through its bank account. That is correct. Which of the above statement is or are correct? Here answer to this question is option B. Statement 2 and 3 are correct. Supreme Court has ruled that casual workers are also entitled to Social Security benefits under the Employees Provident Funds and Miscellaneous Provisions Act. But this act does not apply to certain establishments like any establishment registered under the Cooperative Societies Act 1912, which is employing less than 50 persons and working without the aid of power. So, not all casual workers are entitled for Provident Fund coverage. Hence, statement 1 is incorrect. All casual workers are entitled for regular working hours and overtime payment. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The Payment of Wages Amendment Act 2017 provides that government may specify that the employer of any industrial or other establishment shall pay wages to every employee only by check or by crediting the wages in his bank account. Hence, statement 3 is also correct. So, here answer to this question is option B. Next is, with reference to India, consider the following statements. Statement number 1. Retail investors through Demat account can invest in treasury bills and in Government of India debt bonds in primary market. That is correct. Statement number 2. The negotiated dealing system order matching is a government securities trading platform of the Reserve Bank of India. That is correct. Statement number 3. The Central Depository Services Limited is jointly promoted by RBI and Bombay Stock Exchange. That is incorrect. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Here answer to this question is option B. Statement 1 and 2 are correct. Retail investors have multiple channels to invest in treasury bills and in government bonds. It is mandatory to open Demat account for a retail investors to invest in treasury bills and in Government of India debt bonds in primary market. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The negotiated dealing system order matching is an electronic trading platform operated by RBI to facilitate the issuing and exchange of government securities and other types of money marketing instruments. Hence, statement 2 is also correct. Central Depository Services Limited was initially promoted by Bombay Stock Exchange Limited, which thereafter divested its stake to leading bank. Hence, statement 3 is incorrect. So, here answer to this question is option B. Next is, in India, which of the following can be considered as public investment in agriculture? Options are fixing MSP for agricultural produce of all crops. That is incorrect. It's a subsidy. Computerization of primary agricultural credit societies. That is correct. Social capital development. That is correct. Free electricity supply to farmers. That is incorrect. It's a subsidy. Waiver of agricultural loans by the banking system. That is incorrect. It's a concession. Setting up of cold storage facilities by the government. That is correct. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Here, answer to this question is option C. Statement 2, 3 and 6 are correct. That is, computerization of primary agricultural credit societies, social capital development, setting up of cold storage facilities by the governments are public investments. Fixing MSP for agricultural produce of all crops and free electricity supply to farmers are subsidies. Hence, they are not categorized as public investment in agriculture. The waiver of agricultural loans by the banking system is a concession or indirect support. Hence, it is not considered as public investment in agriculture. Subsidies and incentives are not considered as public investment. So, the answer to this question is option C. Next is, what is the importance of the term interest coverage ratio of a firm in India? Options are, it helps in understanding the present risk of a firm that a bank is going to give loan to. That is correct. It helps in evaluating the emerging risk of a firm that a bank is going to give loan to. That is also correct. The higher a borrowing firm's level of interest coverage ratio, the worse is its ability to service its debt. That is incorrect. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Here, answer to this question is option A. Statement 1 and 2 are correct. Interest coverage ratio indicates the ability of a firm to take the loan or debt and repay it within the tenure of the loan. It helps in understanding and evaluating the present risk of a firm that a bank is going to give loan to. Hence statement 1 is true. It is calculated by dividing the earnings before interest and taxes with the interest expenses payable by the company for a given period. Hence statement 2 is correct. An interest coverage ratio of 1.5 is considered as healthy for a business. The lower the ratio, the more the company is burdened by debt expense. When a company's interest coverage ratio is only 1.5 or lower, its ability to meet interest expenses may be questionable. Hence, statement 3 is incorrect. So, her answer to this question is option A. Next is, which one of the following is not the most likely measure the government or RBI takes to stop the slide of Indian rupee? Options are curbing imports of non-essential goods and promoting exports, encouraging Indian borrowers to issue rupee-denominated masala bonds, easing conditions relating to external commercial borrowing, following an expansionary monetary policy. Here the first three options are government measures to prevent the slide of Indian rupee, and the fourth one is not. So her answer to this question is option D. Curbing imports of non-essential goods will lessen the demand for dollars, and promoting export will help in increasing the flow of dollars into the country. That will help control rupee depreciation. Hence statement A is incorrect. Masala bonds are bonds issued outside India by an Indian entity or corporate. These bonds are issued in Indian currency than local currency. This would increase liquidity in the market and help in supporting the rupee. Indian corporates usually issue masala bonds to raise funds from foreign investors. As it is pegged into Indian currency, if the rupee rates fall, investors bear the risk. Hence statement B is incorrect. External commercial borrowing is a loan availed by an Indian entity in the form of foreign currencies from a non-resident lender with a minimum average maturity. Thus, easing conditions of external commercial borrowings help in receiving more loans in foreign currencies that would increase forex inflow, leading to rupee appreciation. Hence, statement C is incorrect. Expansionary monetary policy, a set of policy measures such as increase in money supply to the RBI to stimulate economy. It cannot influence the variations of rupee value. Hence, statement D is the correct answer. Next is the Reserve Bank of India's recent directives relating to storage of payment system data, popularly known as data dictate, command the payment system providers that options are they shall ensure that entire data relating to payment systems operated by them are stored in a system only in India. That is correct. They shall ensure that the systems are owned and operated by public sector enterprises. That is incorrect. They shall submit the consolidated system audit report to the Controller and Auditor General of India by the end of calendar year. That is incorrect. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Here answer to this question is option A. Statement 1 only is correct. RBI in its directive on storage of payment system data has made it clear that entire payment data shall be stored in a system located only in India. Data stored in India can be accessed or fetched whenever required for handling customer disputes as well as for any other related processing activity such as chargeback. So her answer to this question is option A. Next is, what was the purpose of intercreditor agreement signed by Indian banks and financial institutions? Options are to lessen the government of India's perennial burden of fiscal deficit and current account deficit. That is incorrect. To support the infrastructure projects of central and state government. That is incorrect. To act as independent regulator in case of applications for loans of Rs 50 crore or more. Incorrect. To aim at faster resolution of stressed assets of Rs 50 crore or more, which are under consortium lending. That is correct. So her answer to this question is option D. The intercreditor agreement is applicable to all corporate borrowers who have availed loans for an amount of Rs 50 crore or more under consortium lending. So her answer to this question is option D. Next is, with reference to India's 5-year plans, which of the following statement is or are correct? The answer to this question is option A. Statement 1 and 2 are correct and statement 3 is incorrect. The objective of the second 5-year plan was rapid industrialization with particular emphasis on the development of basic and heavy industries aimed at establishing the socialistic pattern of society. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Fourth 5-year plan emphasized on reduction of concentration of incomes, wealth and economic powers to achieve social equality and justice. Based on Gargill formula, a great deal of emphasis was laid on growth with stability and progress towards self-reliance. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Fifth 5-year plan aims at increasing employment and poverty alleviation. Hence, statement 3 is incorrect. So, her answer to this question is option A.